a little hot today at Lincoln Financial Field, but keep in mind it is technically still summer as we get you ready for some football in Philly. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the Washington football team. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Shoves him aside near the 35. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Thompson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. Down right around the 25. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
2nd and 9. Back to the ground with Gibson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. They'll drop to throw. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. There he goes, right side. 30, past the 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. He's got it, and the Eagles lead at 7-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly. But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's a give to Gibson. And he's got room. Oh, some strong running. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Now a play fake here on first down. He'll buy some time right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
They go play action here on first down. Being chased out left. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And shedding through the tackle. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Second down, back to Sanders. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. These two teams all tied after 1.
Check back.
Throwing is Hurts. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Chris Watkins, 66 yards, and the Eagles have taken the lead. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And the final clocking on the next-gen stats. Look at this, 22.3 miles an hour was his top speed. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them, but I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Gibson here running out of the gun. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 43 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington has tied the ball game with the extra point still to come. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. On the return, Boston Scott. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big play there on the catch and run. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. As Sanders has it pumped free. And it's Washington that scoops it up. He's at the 50. The 30. 10. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure.
Oh, we got it. We got it. Good job, D. Good job, D.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Hurts. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Sanders not going anywhere. He'll lose a couple back to the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd down and goal. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And Goddard's got it. Touchdown, Eagles. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Elliott good with a PAT. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. I told you. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Forced out to his left. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts, open man, that's Devontae Smith. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 19.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Hurts fumbles it. And does Washington have it? They do. Well, we know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security drills with the way the game's played now, because defenses, they attack the football as much as they attack the runner.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 37-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
3 yards remain for second down. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Flush to his right. Slings this deep for McLaurin. That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it but couldn't pull it in.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. Second interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question, because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammates are going to check on it, because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you. You got to.
And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goedert. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles have retaken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Hurts will throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense, as they take over with exactly 1 minute to go. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
They'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's got it complete to Thompson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down. He'll look to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. It got his man complete. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And the Eagles are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
Touchdown, Eagles! Devontae Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. Elliott now to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. Slings this deep from McLaurin, and that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin in the final seconds of the first half. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown. His first career touchdown pass, and, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And here's Scott to return it. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. Sanders has the first down and much more. And finally brought down at the 34-yard line. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30. Past midfield. He's at the 30. 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Eagles. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Sanders here as they run out of the gun. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game, and that's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
Now a throw here to his running back, and he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They go play action with Hurts. And once again, this is Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
On first and 10, it's Sanders. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11. Hurts sets up to throw it. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, to see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust. And a lot of times, these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got Thompson here, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
We spent a lot of time talking about what's going on the field. How about off the field with the evaluation? And they spent a lot of time saying, we've got to get a rookie in here who has big playability. And that's exactly what we're seeing here early in his career.
Drafted him in the spring. Here he is early in the fall making an impact. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 52 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Gibson again. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run with Gibson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're 2.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown! A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown as his guys are able to regain the lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And in the third quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
A gain of 6 there on first. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On second down now, it's Sanders, and he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The corner blitz gets him that time as he goes down for a short loss. 13 yards remaining on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Oh, he bowls over him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
They'll throw on first down with Hurts. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Watkins. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
To throw again on second down. Hurts. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch.
On 2nd down, it's Sanders. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. 44 yards on the ground for him so far.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
Check back the ladder. Check back the ladder. Here we go, D. Get off the field.
They're going to look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Going for it with Sanders, and he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down, and that will force a turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're so long.
Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that. Anytime we have a defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington will take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. Still fighting for more. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time through the air. 31 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. They'll roll him out right. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. Powers through him. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. On second down, here's Gibson again. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Back to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. Fights forward at the 20. And a nice run to get this up over the 20-yard line. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Another run with Sanders, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Oh, they would have gotten the conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be fourth down. The Eagles send out their punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
I think this defense was still trying to recover from that last play, so you wonder if they were ready for this one. You have to imagine their defensive coaches are yelling at them to get focused, because if they don't, more plays like that will result in giving up points.
They'll look to throw. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this one dropped in the end zone. Looked like a touchdown, but not to be. And now it's 4th down. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. So no miracles here on the final play. And this ball game is over. So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for Philadelphia, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Washington, they'll drop to 0-2, and they will be at home next week to take on the New York Giants.